Hello, yes, welcome to Goodnighthausen with Danhausen. Today we have very special guest. Danhausen is very excited. We have Renee Hausen, Renee Paquette Hausen. How are you?
I'm great. I'm so excited to hang out on Goodnighthausen.
Yes, who isn't? Everybody is. Number one television show on the internet.
Big opportunity. I appreciate it.
Danhausen likes to give some opportunities to young up and comers. And yes, perfect opportunity to do so
Great.
today.
Great. I'm trying to build my platform. Help a sister out.
We're adding to your resume. Been on
Yes.
Goodnighthausen with Danhausen.
Perfect.
How are you doing today?
I'm great. I'm on my second iced coffee of the day,
Oh,
decaf, so everyone can relax. Yes, it's decaf. I'm
do not want to get
pregnant.
yelled at by the internet.
No, oh my God. Actually, you know what? I feel like I was more worried when you're like pregnant, you can't have so much stuff. And I thought that people would be up my ass about that all the time, and they have not been. So let's keep it going.
Yes. Let us keep it going. Do not yell. No
No,
yelling. Absolutely not.
no, not today.
Very good. So, Danhausen, of course, has the Fanhausen submit questions for the celebrity guests. Are you okay with answering some?
Yeah, let's spin it up. Wait, who was your previous guest? Who was on before me?
Oh, let's see. Who did we have? We had Jake something, Impact Superstar. We had Austin Creed. That was quite wonderful.
Okay, he's
Uh,
not bad.
Big Money Matt Hardy has been on. Ron
Ooh,
Funches.
okay,
Yes.
great.
All-star
Some good
cast.
company.
Yes, exactly. So let's see. Actually, Danhausen has a question first.
Okay.
It would appear that Renee, you are a bizarro Danhausen of some sort because you have just recently immigrated to the US, yes,
Yes.
became a US citizen, and Danhausen is in the process of immigrating to Canada.
Oh,
Flip flop.
congratulations.
Yes, thank you very much. We are
Oh
waiting
my
for the
God.
processes.
So, what do you have to do? Where are you at? What's the plan?
Montreal. Danhausen's
Oh,
wife and stepdaughter of some sort, the little minion, live there. So Danhausen is in the process of getting his permanent residency.
how exciting.
Yes.
How
Well,
long how long is it going to take you? It's like a year, right?
yes, it seems so. Danhausen is probably in the final paperwork of some sort, he thinks.
Yes.
So this pandemic has delayed things indefinitely, but we are still going. So who knows?
Yeah, you know what? That's what I thought was going to happen to me with my American citizenship. And then it all went pretty much right on plan. It took about just under a full year for me to get it
It
all done. So, yeah, whole thing.
seems like
That's
it's been
awesome.
about a year of some sort.
Oh my God, you're going to love it. Montreal's going to rock your world.
Yes, there is. Danhausen cannot speak French, though.
Well,
Sucre poulet, that's about it.
yeah, I mean, you just so you know, I'd say où est la toilette? Où est la salle de bain?
I
Where's
simply
the
don't know.
bathroom? That's something you
Oh,
need to
yes,
know.
that's a good one.
Je m'appelle Danhausen.
What does this mean?
I am Danhausen.
Oh, je m'appelle Danhausen.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Maybe we should get like Sami Zayn on here or Kevin Owens. I feel like they can help out with this big time.
Perhaps we should tell them.
Yes, will.
Danhausen will send Kevin Owens some very ripe bananas.
Okay, great.
Yes, could send Sami Zayn some coffees. He likes coffee or something. I
He
don't know.
does. Yeah, he does. And a lot of vegan food, that guy.
Yes, we'll send it to him in the mail. Did you get your
Mm,
gravy, by the way?
I did not get my gravy. Did you send it?
It should be there soon.
Well, listen, when you're in Canada, you need to look out for Swiss Chalet and also St. Hubert's or
Oh, yes, the
Saint
chicken.
Hubert. Yeah, because they've got the very good gravy. It's not even really like a gravy. It's just like more of like a rotisserie sauce. I would not even really classify it as gravy, but you can order it on Amazon. So
Oh,
if you need to get your palate prepared for Montreal, you could order it on Amazon.
speaking of Amazon, we'll plug this book real quick.
Yes.
Danhausen pre-ordered the new book coming out. It's called Messy Kitchen.
Yeah, messy in the kitchen, my guide to
Oh,
eating
even better.
deliciously, hosting fabulously, and sipping it copiously. My book comes out in less than 2 months. Like, it's unbelievable.
Danhausen's very excited for it because, as you know, Danhausen has his famous cooking show, Dining with Danhausen. So we
Yes.
should borrow some recipes from it and cook it.
Great. Maybe we can do like a mutual cooking segment together.
Yes, Danhausen is very good, though. So just so you know.
Okay, good. There's a poutine recipe in there. So we should do the poutine.
Yes, we shall. It is.
That's
We shall
great.
note it down. Danhausen's assistant Davis shall do it.
Thank you, Danhausen.
Yes, thank you, Davis. Davis says
Write
hello.
it down. Yeah, the book comes out. I'm very excited. I've not been cooking for the last 7 months all that much just because I've been pregnant and all I want is peanut butter sandwiches.
No need to cook.
I know. Now it's time. It's crunch time. It's time to get some meals out there to the people.
Yes. Danhausen must ask his wife would like to know. What wine would you recommend?
Oh gosh. So I wish that I was like a wine snob or like knew how to pair wines or had like that sommelier background.
Yes.
Some of my wine go-tos. I mean, I always love the Francis Ford Coppola wines. Those are good all across
Nicolas
the board.
Cage.
Yeah, yes, exactly. From Nicolas Cage.
He makes good wine.
He makes good wine. I mean, listen, does that guy ever miss? Nicolas
No,
Cage is
probably
always
not.
on. He knows what he's doing. He runs a tight ship. Oh shoot. What is the one that I always get from the restaurant that John and I go to? He would know it. He's smart. His brain's much better than mine.
He's got a
I'll
good
blame
brain.
it on pregnancy brain. But
Free
generally,
pass.
for me, any red wine is fine for me. I like a good Syrah. I like a good red blend. That's where I like to hang out.
You and Miss Lulu, Danhausen's wife, would get along very well then.
Great.
Danhausen thinks they all taste like old grapes.
Do you like wine? You don't like it?
He likes, what is it? The white wines, the ones that taste like fruits. Yes, those are good.
Nice sweet one. What else do you drink?
Blood.
Oh, just blood, straight up.
Yeah, sometimes, depends on what you can get.
It's good for you.
Yes, you're full of blood and water, so
Yeah, no iron deficiency for you. You're good to go.
Not at all. Look at his skin.
Very
Great to
nice,
go.
actually. What a complexion.
Oh, I know. Thank you. Thank you for noticing. Danhausen's been doing his routines.
You're very nice.
Yes, very evil.
Very
evil.
Nice. Oh my
very
God.
Nice, very evil. Yes, got Danhausen's catchphrase in there. Danhausen has a couple of questions about the cooking.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite kitchen tool?
Oh yeah, my favorite kitchen tool is my knife. A good sharp knife. Because that makes an X-Acto knife.
Yeah, you could use it on sandwiches.
If you're in a pinch, you could do it. But I would say my X-Acto knife. My knife is from Groman Knives, which are in just outside of Halifax, which maybe one day you will travel there and you can get yourself one of these knives. You can order them online. Changes the game. A dull knife will ruin your time in the kitchen. I also love my cast iron skillet. I live and die by my cast iron skillet. Love
you put it in the dishwasher.
Hell no.
Well, yeah, it's going to be dirty then.
No, you're not even allowed to wash it. Just give it a little rinse. And then you've got to like let it fully dry, put it back on like a burner even, or you can pop it back in the oven to completely dry it out. Otherwise, you're risking a little bit of rust in your life.
What has a little bit of rust ever done to anybody?
Well, it's ruined cast iron pans over the years.
Okay. Danhausen likes the tiny whisk from Binging with Babish.
Oh, I love a good little whisk as well.
Do you have one?
Yeah, I do. Actually, I need a new one. Mine's all bent because I think I put it in the dishwasher and it's all wonky now. So I do need a new one.
Yes, well, we shall, you know what? We shall get people to send them to us.
Yes.
Send us free tiny whisks.
Gift us little whisks, please.
Yes. Oh, someone did ask you, do you listen to music while cooking in the kitchen?
All the time. So
what do you listen to?
One of the fun things about my cookbook is that at the very back of it, there's little QR codes.
Oh.
And I have curated some playlists.
This is wonderful.
This is wonderful. So actually, I'll tell you what the lists are because while I have it up, I need to rename them before the book comes out because the names aren't proper on it. So I've got a girls' night, barbecue hangs, drinks and snacks, a brunch playlist, dinner party, and date night.
This sounds nice. What a great idea.
Lots of options. I went to a couple different friends and I've had some friends chime in to also help curate some of this playlist. So if there's bad songs on there, it's obviously the ones that they picked.
Not you.
Mine are all very good.
Yes. But of
But
course.
yeah, I mean, when I'm in the kitchen, that's my whole thing is like pouring a glass of wine, have some music playing. I want to like create the whole ambiance. I want it to
The
be like,
atmosphere.
yeah, let's create a little atmosphere.
Yes.
So one of my go-tos, I think, to just like pop on in the kitchen will pretty much always be some Fleetwood Mac. That's always a go-to.
Oh, very good.
Maybe like a little Nora Jones. I've been on a Nora Jones kick lately. I'm bringing it back.
Oh, bring it back. Bring it back heavy.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've got all sorts, but yeah, there's playlists with the books. So I've got you guys squared away in the kitchen. We're good to go.
This is a complete book. Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we can spoil it a bit, but do you have a favorite recipe from this cookbook?
Okay, this might sound a little bit boring, but this is like my go-to if people are coming to the house, like say my in-laws are here or I've got like friends popping over and I'm like, we'll do like a nice dinner. I like to do a whole chicken. So I do the whole chicken in the cast iron pan, but I leave the baby potatoes all underneath the chicken. So once the chicken is cooked all the way through to 165 degrees, pull the chicken out, let it rest, let the juices all do their thing. And then you smash the potatoes with, something heavy, like either the back
Vengeance.
smash them up a little bit. And then you put them back in the oven at like 500 degrees and crisp them in that chicken fat. It's exceptional.
Yes.
It's so good. There's also a French onion soup grilled cheese that will rock your world.
Oh.
It's very good. There's a shepherd's pie pierogies. I did a corn soup from the one time that I went to Japan and fell in love with their corn soup.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, it's all over the place. There's no real rhyme or reason to this book. It's just a bunch of stuff that I like.
Well, Danhausen, excited to dive into it. Find some new recipes to continue this cooking show that we have.
Yes.
Let's see. I think we are moving past the cookbook. We've talked about it quite a bit. Quite wonderful. Let's see. Is there anybody that you dream interview of some sort that you have not gotten to do yet?
Okay, so just in my career in general, I would say somebody that I would love to interview is Chelsea Handler.
Yes.
She's one of my absolute favorites. She made me want to be a TV host and I love her. So having her on would be very cool. But in the wrestling world, one person that I would love to have pop on my podcast would be the one, the only, the RKO himself, Randy Orton. I would like
out
to
of nowhere.
But of course, Stone Cold Steve Austin beat me to the punch, which is fine. He's Stone Cold. It works. But I would like to have Randy on the show.
Curse Stone Cold, if you want.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Consider him cursed.
Right? I think it's fine. The list is so long because once I start thinking about like wrestling world, like who I want to have on the show, it just kind of snowballs. I want everyone on my show.
Exactly.
But wrestlers are cool, you know? Wrestlers are like cool people.
Sometimes not so much.
Sometimes not so much.
That's okay. We just brush them under the rug. We do not have them on our shows.
They don't get the invites. They don't get the Zoom links. They don't
get lost in the mail.
No, they don't get the invites. But the people that are cool dudes, they get to come on the show. We get to talk about their cool stories and their journeys and the things they've been up to. But the guys that aren't cool, we just don't send the Zoom links out to them.
Call it left on red.
Exactly.
That's what we do. Danhausen likes this, though, this Chelsea Handler. That's a good. You should get her on your show. We shall try.
I know. I would love to have her on. Hopefully I can do that. I mean, it seems like she's always just skiing on her Instagram. What? She's always skiing without a top on.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I know. Perhaps free the nipple or something.
If you book a skiing trip, you shall go down to skis with her and you can ask her while you're skiing.
I would love nothing more because all I really wanted to do this winter was to get back into skiing and or snowboarding, but I got knocked up, so I cannot do that. So
what are you going to do in that situation then? Not ski?
You can't ski. Especially because I've not skied in a long time. I would be falling for sure. It would be not good.
It would be quite the terrible time.
It would be a disaster. So next winter, I can hit the slopes and maybe that's when I can, get together with Chelsea Handler and we can free the nipples and I'll interview her that way.
Yes. Tell you what, you get Chelsea Handler on your show. Danhausen will get Conan O'Brien on his show, and we'll all
Great.
have a good time.
Oh my God, that would be so great.
Yes. These are
I would
goals.
love
These
that.
are goals for the year.
I really liked Conan O'Brien's documentary that he did. I feel like no one really talked about that as much as they should have.
He has everything he does is wonderful. Conan Without
Yeah.
Borders, all of those shows are quite nice.
He's great. What a talented man.
He's the reason Danhausen started Goodnighthausen.
See, we all get a little inspiration.
Exactly. Look at this. This is why Danhausen has such a great haircut too.
Oh, it is nice.
Yes, thank you.
Nice
It's called
haircut, and
the Conan.
the paint goes right in there, so like you've got like a strong hairline and everything
Yeah,
on a little bit of the red. Yeah,
What? Yes, it's called beauty for television.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you. Now, Danhausen has a question.
Okay.
You've interviewed a lot of wrestlers of some sort in the backstage. Who are some of your favorite to work with?
Ooh, Samoa Joe for sure.
Oh, yes.
Love me some Samoa Joe. Always Paul Heyman.
Ooh.
Because he would always get up in my face way more than other people do, which I enjoy because it gave me something to do.
Yes.
Like I could hate him and like lean
very
into
good.
that. I loved that. Gosh, who else? I just had Bailey on my show. I love Bailey so much. Bailey's fantastic. Daniel Bryan, of course. I mean, when we did Talking Smack, I loved hanging out with him.
One of the best wrestlers in the world.
He is. I know. He's
maybe the best.
Maybe the best. Another man that's in contention for that would be AJ Styles, Uncle Alan.
Is that his name?
Uncle Alan, yeah.
This is his real name.
Yes.
Breaking news on Danhausen show. AJ Styles' real name is Uncle Alan.
breaking news.
They're going to be on the dirt sheets. They're on this show.
Good. Let them know. Let the people know. Get that word out there. It's fine. Who else do I really like to work with? I mean, I guess, Corey Graves, I'd have to put him in there.
Oh, okay. Very good.
And I go way back. I feel like I need to for women, Charlotte.
Okay, yes.
She's
quite the athlete.
She is quite the athlete, but also quite the thespian.
Ooh.
Hell of a promo out of that girl.
Nice words.
See?
Yes, good brain. We talked about this.
We're linguists over here.
Yes, very good. Let's see. Well, we know one of them, but do you have any goals since you are waiting to be able to ski again? Are there any other goals you have post-pregnancy?
Ooh, yes. Running. Running will be nice to do again. That's kind of
who'd have thought? You don't think about those things that you could just do every day. They're just you can't do them.
Actually, you know what? Thinking of things you just can't do every day is just to get up without grabbing the back of my knees for support. If I'm laying down, I have no core. I can't do anything.
How did you not think of this?
Yeah. So running will be a nice one. Having wine, shit. I want wine. Give me a little booze and deli meats.
You can't have deli meats.
No. So I just really want a cold cut combo from Subway.
We shall send you. We'll have Dave Honor, Danhausen's boss, send you some once.
That would be great.
You have the baby. Yes.
I've already told my husband. I was like, listen, once this baby's born, I expect a party sub, a bunch of champagne.
Full-size party sub. Yes. No skimping out.
No, I want a party sub. I'll be like Homer Simpson and stashing it under the couch and getting sick off of it for weeks, but it's okay.
Caressing it and keeping it next to him. And then he eats it out of the trash. Do not eat out of trash. It's not good for you. It makes Danhausen sick.
I don't know. You know what? It's too hot in Vegas to do that anyway, so probably not a good idea.
Oh, yes. You live in the desert.
Yeah, stinky meats. Nobody wants that.
Not at all. Now, let's see. Obviously, you pay attention to the television series of wrestlings. Do you watch anybody on the independent scene?
Yeah, I feel like I've been watching more stuff, especially once my husband left WWE and once he was knowing he was going over to AEW.
Yes.
I think just, watching Impact, keeping an eye on what everyone's doing, watching Ring of Honor. I think there's just, it's such a cool time in wrestling that there's so many options. It's
Yes, Danhausen
amazing.
has friends everywhere. It's quite wonderful.
It's crazy. I mean, even just like watching some of the stuff in New Japan and getting to go over to Japan with John when he was there
Yes.
and getting to see like when he was doing Wrestle Kingdom and getting a whole new appreciation for wrestling in general. It blew my mind. I loved it. Just from like everyone's entrances and their gear to what the fan base was like in Japan. It blew my mind. It made me like, cause I mean, I knew of course when John wanted to leave WWE and he's like, I really want to go to Japan. I was like, okay. But then when I went over there with him, I was like, I get it. I get
You got
why
it
this
immediately.
is so yeah, I really understood just how different it is to be working over there. It's cool as all hell.
Lots of eccentric capes and things.
I love that shit. I love that shit so much.
Danhausen has noticed you did not wear a cape to this interview.
I didn't get the cape update. You should have like put that in the Zoom memo and I would have had a cape.
Well, okay. Well, perhaps we shall CGI it in later.
Even better.
We shall try at least.
Yeah, that would be great.
Danhausen has noticed something. There's John Moxleyhausen, your husband. There's a fellow in the WWE who looks just like him. Goes by the name of Gene Ambrose.
Oh.
There's some sort of cloning multiplicity happening.
Great movie.
Yes, well, Danhausen is identity theft of some sort. There's a fellow who looks exactly like him there.
Yeah.
And there's a fellow on AEW who looks exactly like him. What is happening?
It's very confusing because sometimes if you see Dean Ambrose, he doesn't have like quite the scruffy beard. His hair's different.
He's always wearing a shirt. The new one, handsome fellow. He's not wearing a shirt ever. Looks great.
You know what? Sometimes he's just got to rip off that shirt and let everybody know what he's working with.
He's got the nice barrel chest with hair.
Oh, I love it. I love it. You know what? When he cuts off when he shaves the chest hair, I'm like, what are we doing here? Let that chest out. That's what the people want.
Yes.
Let
the chest hair out.
Just be a dude. That's my favorite thing is like he's just a dude being a dude. Some old school, he's a man. He's got that going for him
William
right now.
Regal.
Yes, exactly.
Wonderful.
I like it a lot. But I'm a bigger fan of John Moxley. You know what? I shouldn't say that because I met Dean Ambrose first. Actually, when we first started dating, he was in my phone as Dean Ambrose until I was like, guess I should change this.
Probably so. This is still confusing to Danhausen, but we shall move past. Danhausen, there's an elephant in the room. It would appear that your husband, John Moxleyhausen, stole the #1 spot that Danhausen was promised for the PWI 500, and Danhausen had quite the raging of a day.
I've heard about this controversy, actually.
Yes.
It seems like some kind of a conspiracy against you, which is unfair, because honestly, if you were promised that #1 spot, I don't know who we need to talk to that thought that it was okay to put John Moxley in that spot.
He's on the cover and everything, and he's menacing.
I know. Very menacing. Gloating even. It's gloating. It's rude.
Thrown right in Danhausen's eyes.
I know. It's rude as all hell. So if you need me to co-sign on something, a letter, or just let me know. I can help. We got to get to the bottom of this.
We shall write a letter. You'll sign it, of course, on his behalf.
Okay.
That Danhausen is actually the #1 wrestler of the year.
Okay, great. I think we should let people know because we could just Photoshop you on the cover and then maybe I can interview you for an interview for it.
Yes, this is a great idea. Or
that would be authentic.
We can punish him by sending him all of the magazine copies and sending him pictures of Danhausen's head, and he can cut them out and glue and paste them on each one and send them back to the Fanhausens to correct this error.
Great. It's a lot of work, though. It sounds like an expensive FedEx run.
It'll be on Dave Honor's dime and Tony Elite's dime. It has nothing to do with either of us.
Okay, then great. Listen, so long somebody else is going to foot the bill, I think
that we should exactly. Danhausen likes to charge things to Dave Honor's credit card.
Oh my God, isn't that the best?
Usually candy. It's wonderful.
I love that. What's like the candy? What's your go-to candy?
Oh, sour candies. They're quite nice. You do Sour Patch Kids?
Yeah.
Yes. See? Danhausen likes Twizzlers, Poland peels. You can hit people with them and they hurt.
I love Twizzlers. And you know what I think is some bullshit? Is Red Vines.
Oh, yes. They taste like plastic.
Yes, it doesn't taste like anything. It doesn't
It's
even
terrible.
taste like something pretending to be something. It just tastes like nothing.
Not even a little bit. She's quite
It's like
terrible.
air. It's like fruity air.
Yes, exactly.
It
Quite
sucks.
awful. Well,
Yeah,
Danhausen is
boo.
very happy, though, that we were able to rectify this situation,
Mhm.
grant Danhausen his #1 spot.
Yeah.
And you know what? Danhausen's feeling nice. He shall relinquish his Danhausen #1 legendary interviewer of some sort. We'll give it to you, your title now.
Oh my God, thank you.
Yes, how gracious and nice of Danhausen to do.
Listen, this has been like a full circle moment. I feel like we
Yes,
both are walking out of this ahead.
yes, exactly. Can put this on your resume. Danhausen can put that he's #1 wrestler on his resume, and sue the crap off of that magazine for putting out falsehoods.
Yeah. Yeah.
And have a
And
nice
again,
time.
just charge the bill all over the place so that we don't have to pay for that. And I think everything has been righted in this world.
Yes, very good.
I got no bone to pick. I feel good about it.
No bones to pick at all.
None.
Well, very good. But before we head out, Danhausen is thefted too much of your time as is. Do you have anything you'd like to plug more? Oral sessions, of course.
Oh, yes, oral sessions. We do new episodes on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Very good.
You can listen to those anywhere that you get podcasts. There's also a YouTube channel that has all the videos, much like how we're doing here.
Yes.
Everything is up on my YouTube. My book that we were talking about before, Messy in the Kitchen, that comes out May 18th. You can pre-order on Amazon. It's also available on Indigo if you're in Canada. Also
Yes.
Amazon Canada. Just so you can search it. It's around. It's available.
It's not expensive. It is like $20.
Yeah, and I just really want people to buy the book so that I don't
Yes.
look like a big loser if it comes
Sell
out
it
and
out.
nobody has bought it.
You got to
Yeah,
put it on the #1 bestseller list.
please. I know it already ended up on a bestseller list and in the pre-orders, but that was a while ago. So we've got to keep this up. We've got to keep it up. We've got to keep the momentum. It's happening. So buy my book and listen to my podcast.
Very good. Thank you, Renee Hausen, for joining Danhausen. Goodnighthausen with Danhausen. Also, before we go, we must have you say love that Danhausen, but of course.
What do I say?
Love that Danhausen.
Oh, love that Danhausen. Good
There we
Danhausen. Love it all. Hell yes.
Yes, very
What
good.
a dream this has been. I mean, this was an excellent show to be a part of. I had a blast. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you, and good night.
Goodnighthausen.
Goodnighthausen.